What was a nation-state before modern times? Imagine a world where countries as we know them today did not exist. Instead, power was spread out across many small, often overlapping areas. That was the medieval period in Europe. During this time, the idea of a nation-state was still taking shape. Instead of one unified country, there were many tiny kingdoms, duchies, and city-states. These places were ruled by kings, lords, or nobles, but they often fought over land and authority. People identified more with their local lord or city than with a larger nation. Back then, political power was not centralized. Instead, it was divided among many rulers who controlled their own lands. These territories could be small and scattered or large but still fragmented. The concept of a single government that represented all the people in a region was not yet there. Instead, loyalty was often to a local lord or family, not to a nation as a whole. As time went on, some monarchs in places like England, France, and Spain started to grow stronger. They worked to bring their lands under one rule. This meant expanding their territories and reducing the power of local nobles. They also began to create shared customs, language, and traditions that helped people feel connected. These steps were small at first but set the stage for the idea of a nation. Early on, these emerging states had some key features. They had a central ruler who made laws and managed the government. They controlled larger areas of land, often with clear borders. People started to see themselves as part of a shared culture or language. These states also built armies that could defend their territory without relying solely on local nobles. A major turning point was the Peace of Westphalia in 1648. This treaty ended the 30 Years' War and officially recognized the sovereignty of states over their own land and internal affairs. It marked a formal step toward modern nation-states. But even before that, the process was already happening. So before the modern idea of a nation-state, Europe was made up of many small, separate political units. These units were often at odds or overlapping, and loyalty was to local rulers. Over time, monarchs worked to unify their lands, create shared identities, and build stronger, more centralized governments. This gradual change helped end the era of feudal fragmentation and paved the way for the countries we recognize today. Understanding this helps us see how the political map of Europe shifted from many small, independent areas to larger, more unified nations. It was a slow process, but it changed everything about how countries were formed and governed.